In case some of you did not see my tweet, my rage quit from the other day was due to the case statement not working the way that I wanted it to. Your fiscal year ends in July. Hey, well typed. How's it going? Or profit. I don't know what you prefer to be called. I, you know, either one maybe. Yeah. So if you guys didn't see it, so before we had K like this, right? We had case S, and we had red. I won't type them all out, but I'll just do this one. We had red, right? And the same for all the other colors. And you like either one? Cool. Yeah. So it turns out that case in SBCL, which is the implementation of Common Lisp we're using. So just to back up for a second, Common Lisp is a spec. Implementations just have to implement the spec, and if the spec doesn't define exact behavior, it's left up to the implementation. SBCL, which is probably the most common used Common Lisp, is what we're using. And their case statement uses referential equality. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, well typed. Yeah. Yeah. I found this out on Twitter. And I was wondering because like we brought up the spec. Where is Nova spec? This is when vertical tabs probably would save me time, but I'm, here we go. This is typed case. I bet I was at case before this. Okay. So we brought up the spec, and I was reading through this, and I'm like, okay, just give me an example, right? Give me an example that shows that you're not using a string, and maybe explain why. And like they had the opportunity here, but they didn't. And I was like, well, why would you not define what would happen with a string? And that's because the spec for Common Lisp, as far as I understand it, I've been wrong before, the spec for Common Lisp does not define what sort of equality the case statement has to use. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So in this case, it's referential equality, right? And so since keywords, like in the case 1, the colon prefix makes it a keyword, since keywords are namespaced, this defines it for the whole package, right? The whole namespace. So there's only one instance of the keyword 1. So that works. It's a reference, right? It works for numbers for similar reasons, right? But strings, of course, and other similar objects that you might create, like the reference, right? The reference between 1 and 1 is not the same, right? And we can see this with a few things. First of all, this is the other funny part about Common Lisp, is you have to use the right equals operator. So let's see, I believe it's this one. So I can do this and we're good. Okay. But if I put a string in here, it's an error. It's a type error. At least it's a type error, right? But if I use equal, EQL, which is what case uses, let's see if this works. I actually haven't tried this live, or I haven't tried this at all. Doesn't give me a runtime error. It's just a nil. And I was so not expecting this to be the behavior of case that when I hit this bug in the code, I was like, I must just be doing something wrong. Like I obviously screwed up somewhere. Maybe my REPL state is wrong. Maybe the, whatever. But no, this is just Common Lisp. So fun times. So what do we have to do? We have to use a cond. A little bit more verbose, but at least we know what it's going to do. I imagine there's a macro expand. And if I would have used a macro expand, let's just say, yeah, implement my own case macro. I know that's totally true, Moomy. Hey, Purplish. Okay, so let's do a macro expand on this real quick, and then we'll move on, right? We'll make this one just to kind of see what's happening. That's not how this works. You don't just like print out the macro expand. Really? Could you though? Well, that's annoying. I was hoping this would work. Let's do this. Case 1. Okay. Make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, it looks fine. Slime macro expand 1. That doesn't help me. Okay, obviously I don't know how to use their macro expansion. Oh well, we tried. I thought maybe we could like macro expand and then like see that it's using EQL under the hood and like learn something on how to debug Common Lisp, but no such cases. That's okay. No such cases. Wow. I'm on it today. Okay. All right, cool. So we have cond now. This will be happier. Oh yeah, I assumed that it was like, oh, maybe keyword is a reserved word and I can't use it. We'll change this to key it. Okay, so that should be that. So let's go ahead and load our Common Lisp file. Doesn't look like there's any errors, just undefined variable game to PL. Okay, why did that happen? Why are we not happy with game to PL? So like I can't use game to PL here. In defund parse, stir split, seal AoC 2023 results. Okay. J. Cole, you got the bonus. All right. Let's see. Let's try to get this up. We'll do this properly. I need to go grab one of his toys. I'll set this up and grab one of his toys. Oh no, you saw it. You weren't supposed to see it, Foxy. Okay, let's see. We should be good right here. Okay, this is Foxy, and this is one of his favorite toys. You want to play? You want to play? You gonna get up? You're too lazy? What are you gonna do? He doesn't really like petting, so we don't pet him that much. See? He doesn't love it. Some like a little bit. A little bit. He likes that right now. Is that a good scratch? Hmm? Do you want to play? You just want to hold your dinky? Oh. Oh, I got it for you. He's so strong. He's just like, he's the strongest thing. Oh no. Can't even get it. Oh, you lost. You're not even gonna get up. Why are you being so lazy? Alright. He's just gonna chew on it, I guess. He's being silly. Okay. Doggo time complete for now. Yeah, he's so strong, J. Cole. You have no idea. Those 11 pounds of strength. He's a ridiculous creature. Ridiculous creature. Okay. How do you copy text from the messages buffer? I feel like I usually just copy them, whimsically. Oh, that makes sense. Moomy. All right, let's just do it on stream because that's great. Thanks for figuring that out. No. Why? Oh, I'm being dumb. I'm not in insert mode. There we go. Okay, so now we know it uses EQL. And you also see some of this. I guess this like star G351, that's the intermediate variable that it's assigning, like the reference name in the macro. And that's not the same as here. So if we just did, you know, pound colon G351, we would have been fine. No. Pretty funny. Let's see. How you copy something from the messages buffer. Okay. That didn't work. Oh yeah, it did. Yeah, I think I can just copy and paste whimsically. But yeah. You also name your variables G351. It's just so expressive, right? That's funny. That's a good one. Okay. We're back to REPL. Okay, shall we finish this? Very silly. Okay, so where were we to begin with? I think we were testing out. Yeah, we were trying to reduce each gameplay into essentially a property list that's going to look very much like our contents list up here. Yeah, exactly, whimsically. Don't look at your day 4. Dude, I probably won't even do day 4, so. So you're ahead of me. We'll see what happens. I don't know. We'll talk about it once I finish this. I have to be off by like 3:30, about 2 hours. So we'll see what happens. 2 hours from now. All right, so let's just see. For some reason, game to PL is not happy. We get this warning that game to PL is not defined. I'm pretty sure this is valid. let's just, oh my God, I keep doing this. Defun A to B, A to B. Tried to do closure. X, X. It doesn't make any sense. Let's do A to A. There we go. We renamed identity. Okay. A to A1. Okay. No problem there. So why are you saying game to PL is not a real thing? Can we use game to PL down here? Yeah. So it defined itself in the load of the file. So that part's interesting. Do I not know how to use, maybe map car is weird and you can't use it the way that I would expect? Map car names a compiled function. Yeah, Dylan. Sounds good. Common Lisp map car names a compiled function. Sure. Lambda list, function, list, and rest more lists. Okay. Sure. Declared type, function, or function symbol, list and rest list. Yeah. I don't get why you hate me. Why do you hate me, Common Lisp? Okay. Let's just close that buffer. And let's just look if they have any examples using mapcar in NovaSpec. MapC is like mapcar, except that the results of applying functions are not accumulated. It just returns the list. So that's more like a do, what do we call it? We call it like a do run, I think, in Clojure. I can't remember right now. Mapcar operates on successive elements of the list. Function is applied to the first element, then to the second element. Yeah, we've used this with lambdas. Mapcar, oh, you have to pass it as a symbol? Is that the problem? Maybe that's the problem. Odd. All right. Do we have to do this? Yeah, that's it. That's so weird. Snippet from D4. Let's see. lnum 124 bit string, lnum 224 bit string, rnum 24 bit string, rnum 25 24 bit string. All right, dude. You know, I'm sure you had reasons. No, I'd probably have to actually read it in code to understand what Erlang's doing there. Like, this is just like, is it a pattern match on all of those or what? Okay, so this looks fine. Let's see. I think what I want to do, what if we did, we'll keep doing it manually for now. We'll say def var, well, else might actually still be there. Okay. Parse first else. Yay. Such a simple problem. It's so annoying. Snippet from D4. 24-bit string is just a bit slice. Yeah, destructuring. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's funny, dude. I don't know. It's hard to tell like if something's actually bad sometimes because it's not like all of the imperative or procedural flows that we're used to are good objectively or something. Okay, cool. So our parse is working. That makes me happy. Really, all we have to do now is compare it to our contents, like our actual input, and see how it goes. I could do this a couple different ways. I could either pass the contents into, like I could pass the contents in here, not really even care about the reduce value, and instead of passing a map, I mean a list back, I could actually just pass whether it is possible or not, and then we could just do like an every or whatever. It makes me wonder if there is an every defined in, beautiful, love it. Okay, every predicate sequence, love it. Okay, so we have an every, so that makes me really happy. Do we have true like this? No. That's annoying. Again, just wanting things to be like closure as usual. Let's see. So what are we supposed to do? Eq probably. Eq true. Oh yeah, it's just t. Eq tt is t. Okay. And this, I think, yeah, only works for numbers. It just said it right there. Okay, so let's do EQ. I'm just interested. Guessing this works? Yeah, right. I expected as much. There's not like separate, it'd be pretty bad if compare by reference for Boolean true was false. But, you know, we can't take anything for granted, right, at this point. Okay. Yeah, I think I like the idea of just passing the contents in. So since contents is technically a global, it's fine. Whatever. We'll just keep it as a global. We can just compare it in here. So the myReduce, instead of passing the actual list there, it's going to compare it once it gets it. Okay, yeah. Let me remember how this works. So if equals C nil L cons key it. Right. So that's just our base case for cons. Yeah. Yeah, I used to write a lot of Java, so I should know that. I think Clojure fixed that, didn't they? I am like 99% sure. Do I have my Clojure up still? Yeah. Well, we just have this. That's true. But in Clojure, we usually just use this instead of equals true. Yeah, simple. Probably a mistake for me to, based on my experience last time, it's probably a mistake for me to write Clojure while I'm in the middle of writing Common Lisp, but yeah. I'm always just like, oh, let's go down this rabbit trail. Let's try to remember how this works. And then I start trying to write Clojure here and fuck everything up. Okay. So what do we want to do? We have the value here. So we have the key it of second C. That's our key. And basically, we just want to get that from our property list. And if I remember right, get F takes contents and here, and we're good. Okay. So then all we have to do is say whether it is less than or equal to. So we'll start with that. Cons less than equal to get f contents key it second C, and we're not going to need the second cons because we're just going to add a boolean here, and it's not going to be a property list anymore. Lurking while you shovel. Oh god, you probably have like tons of snow, don't you, Nightshade? Is it snow time? All right. I already forgot what I was doing. Oh yeah, right. So first C is our actual number. Oh, but I didn't actually turn it into a number. Oh, that would have really screwed me up if I didn't remember that just now. Okay. And we just need this to match that. Okay, so we need to put this into a number. I don't remember how to do that, but I'm sure it's something simple. You got a decent amount? Yeah. I already forget. Oh, I already did this, didn't I? I think I already did this. Read from string. Yeah, that's it. Cool. Wait, why did read from string 50 return? That didn't, like, why is it? I'm a little confused. Hold on. I'll get there. Def var. Okay, good. Oh, that's so interesting. Okay. So Common Lisp supports multi-returns, and that's probably why we're seeing that. I'm going to guess that the multi-return is the number of digits in the string, which is kind of cool. Kind of cool. You know, it's like if you cared about the multi-return of the, like, if you care about the other value, you can do it differently. The way I've seen them actually get multiple values is not very ergonomic. I will say that, but at least they support it, which is kind of a cool idea. Okay. Multi-returns. All right, so what are we doing? We're up here and we just want read from string. I'll clean this up eventually. You know, we'll get there. We'll get there. We can at least do this for now. And that looks good. And we'll just cons it onto this list. Okay. So get f contents, key it second C, read from string first C. I think that's correct. Nope, it's the wrong way. We need greater than or equal to. Yeah. Using what you're used to using as an infix operator, by the way, in other languages in a Lisp is not that hard, as long as like you literally just remember, at least when it only has 2 arguments, that it would be the same as if you just took the first argument and put it on the left hand side, right? People that are used to like Haskell probably don't have that problem because they have to do that a lot using infix, using something as an infix versus a function. They just make sense to them. But yeah, it's the same idea in Lisp. The only difference is most of these will support, looks like this one might not, but a lot of them will support multiple arguments, and you could keep going down. You could pass five different numbers to a greater than operator, which is kind of cool. Okay, so there's reduce. Oh, I have one too many parens. Okay, there's our lambda. This looks like it's indented nicely. We have our C's that we're passing in. We're still going to pass in an initial value of list. And then let me just think about this now. It actually comes down to that I don't need reduce because I actually just need every. So, since I just need every, let's just think about how we want to do this. I'm just thinking if it's any easier. I think I'm forgetting what it looks like before we pass it in here. Like, what do our C's look like? Okay, that's what our C's look like. 3 blue, 4 red. So, oh, right. So that's a comparison there. Okay. No, let me think. Yeah. So it's game to property list, but we don't even have to do that. We can just say game possible. Mm-hmm. Let's just pass in a second line real quick. 1 red, 2 green, 6 blue. Right. So if we said parse first else, what did we get again? Right. Blue 6, green 2, red 1, which is fine. But before we actually do that, it would just mean that this is all in one list, which is also fine. Oh, the 3 blue, 4 red is actually... Does that make sense? Let me just walk through this because it's not connecting with me at this very moment. So let's just walk through it. I think game is literally just a line. My naming is now kind of screwing me up. Is game a line or is game... No, game is a game. Okay, no. So this is a line. We split it at the semicolon, and that's what a game is. Okay. Right. So that's why C is presented this way. And if I was to map this, I could map it into a bool from what is currently a list, essentially. Right. Okay. I think that's fine. Let's do that. So instead of game to property list, we're actually going to say game possible. Game possible. Oh, I did kind of screw up the naming though, because here it says a game is like game 1, and I kind of screwed that up. So let's call this play. We'll call it play possible, and then this is going to actually be game possible. And where did we have parse? Oops. Oh, that's what game possible was. So game possible was that stir split. I'm confused on what I did. Hold on. Oh yeah, the map car over game to PL. Right. But instead of this, we're just going to say map car play possible. And we don't even have to do that. We actually, it's just going to be the predicate, right? So we're actually going to change this to every. I think it's just every with none of that. Play possible stir split colon. Yeah, that's right. Okay. We're good. We're good. I know what's happening now. Everybody on track? You guys probably have no idea what I'm doing because I'm not explaining it very well. Well, we can run through it real quick. It'll probably help me make sure there's not any bugs too, which would be nice. Okay, so we have our L's, right? So let's just take the first one, which is pretty easy. We're going to say def align closure, def var align first L's. Then we're going to say def var L is our stir split on colon, and that's stripping off the game from our line. Okay, what do we do wrong? Type something wrong. Def var L stir split colon stir extra space. Okay, so let's make sure this looks right? So our original line is here. We end up having it here. And this is just our ID and then the rest. Already starting to melt, yeah. When I lived in New Mexico, it's like it would snow and then the sun would come out and it would melt even if it's like 30 degrees, it'd still melt. You quite like how we can use, yeah, all the ASCII characters and Lisp identifiers. I love it. I love it. Very, very common in Clojure code, of course, or just Lisp code in general. I mean, a question mark on a predicate is just, it's lovely. It's lovely. Let's see. And then, of course, the whole arrow syntax. I love this to describe transformation functions. It's really nice. We can actually use ampersand, which is sometimes a little funny, but yeah. I told you have to remind me. You knew I wouldn't remember on my own, Nightshade. Okay, so so Nightshade already was VIP, but since he's a greedy mofo, he decided to redeem his 30,000 points for VIP again. And so what I said originally, the first time you asked, is I said the 30,000 points for redemption for VIP, if you're already VIP. No, the points super matter, Nightshade. That's where you're completely wrong. It is an escape hatch for people who don't want to be VIPs anymore. So what you have to do, if you've somehow obtained VIP status, and then you want to like no longer have that status, you have to hate watch me long enough to get 30,000 points again. So I don't actually know how do you take these things off? BIP. Toggle switch. Got it. Yeah, exactly. Un-VIP. That is really what it's called. That's hilarious. Un-VIP. All right. Unable to remove VIP? What the hell? It's because I use this thing. It's because I'm not actually authorized as a mod in that box. Or it might just be because it's Nightshade. And he's too important to the Twitch software development ecosystem for you to be able to un-VIP him. I think it actually worked. I think I was able to do it. You just toggled it off, Nightshade. Hilarious. Yeah, that's what's confusing. I know, Colcus. It doesn't make sense because I actually have a mod view and I think like my bands and everything work. But I have to go to a different screen to actually at least actually run moderator commands. It's very odd. It's very odd, but it's only because I'm using this window to put Twitch chat up. Oh yeah, and it actually made me think I should take off the mod icons. And then I mean just look how much more beautiful my stream is now. So beautiful. My stream is perfect now. Because I have another screen with the mod icons on, so that should work. Does this mean you could make yourself... I don't know if you have VIP giving privileges, J. Cole. It's a good question. You could try it. Okay, so we have an L, which is essentially a tuple, even though it's not really a tuple, but you know, whatever. We're going to call it a tuple, okay? Of ID and all of the plays for that game. Then we say def var ID, first L, and that gives us the ID as a string, def var results, second L. And that's just, again, our plays. Excuse me. And then let's just make sure this is doing what we expect when we say stir split on results. And that looks good. And then if we... I did an Emacs command instead of a vim command, so I just screwed that up. If we do an every play possible on here, we should get a true. Okay, I like that. So let's find a line where every play is not possible and try that out. Not C's. What is it? L's. VIP only chat. Okay. Don't fight on my stream, J. Cole Nightshade, okay? You guys are going to be friends on this stream. You can fight on every other stream on Twitch, but here we're family. 1 second. Do a message check. Okay. Functional family. Yeah, it's Olive Garden. Even though there's like literally nothing I can even eat at Olive Garden. But, you know, it's Olive Garden. Metadom. That's funny. Okay, so what is a line here that's not possible given... Okay, be game 3. So we have this nice little thing. We could do. All right. So let's first make sure that game possible returns what we would expect. Basically, we would want game possible to return a getting there. Just give me a second. We'll get there. Don't worry about this. Right now I want game possible to just return a boolean. So for first else, game possible should be true. For second, it should also be true. And for third, it should be false. No, damn it. Okay, so let's play with third and see why it's not working. We were looking so good, just returning true every time. Def bar. We'll just call it T for third, because that makes a hell of a lot of sense. Cannot complain. It's a oh right, because T is true. Classic. TH. Okay. Thanks for that. Okay, so game possible TH is somehow true. Let's find out why that is. If we say ba, 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 bum. Wow, that was some peak typing. TH. Okay. And then we're just going to go from here and say def G's, def var G's, game possible to game possible. Stir split, semicolon space. What's result? Second L. Okay. What in the hell happened here? Oh, it's because L is still defined as that. My fault. It's because I already defined L. You can't redefine with def var. Now, I don't know if in a program this would be different, but one of the annoying things is in the REPL, at least. Maybe this will work. Yeah. In the REPL, it doesn't error, which is kind of dumb. Okay, so you have to use set Q for mutability, basically. Wow, you guys agreed on something? Wow. All right. This is in recognition that J. Cole and Nightshade just agreed on something. Okay. Yeah. Family. Hashtag family. Awesome. He just leaping away. All right. Let's see. This looks good. This looks good. We just want to see. Right. So G's is here. Let's do set Q. G's. Okay. This looks right. And so we would expect only the first one to actually be wrong in our code up here. So let's take the first game, which is obviously our problem. Because basically map car play possible is apparently returning true for all these G's. Nil, true, 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 true. Okay, this, oh, we all know what I did, right? We kind of forgot something in this whole thing. Is we never turned our reduce in, we didn't do an every. That's the point. We never did an every. Okay. Fun. Okay, so basically we shouldn't even be using a reduce here at all, which is what I said before. I just forgot to change it. All right, 1 second. I think I got un message. It's an emergency. My partner has found a squishmallow that they really want. It's a Christmas squishmallow. It's a Christmas cactus that apparently they sell at Target. And they want to make sure that I can get it for them. So we're going to find out right now whether this is going to work. Squishmallow Christmas. There's some pretty cute ones. But do they have... Oh, they have a Christmas mallard. Oh my god. Adorable. Christmas cactus. Boom. One left at Farragut, but I can just get it shipped. And then I don't have to think about it, and it will just be shipped to me. Add to cart. Classic American consumerism. And place order. 6, 7, something, something. Done. Christmas cactus are great. Yeah. Christmas cacti. Very important. Okay. We got it. Just bought it. Will be shipped. Beautiful. Don't let Dylan correct you ever. Okay. So, I mean, we could flatten and all that kind of stuff, but really we just want like an every, essentially, right? So really, what do we want here? This should just... We're going to make this really dumb. We're going to say color possible. And we're going to say if eq nil. This shouldn't really happen in this case, but we'll just leave it there for now and then we can remove it. Okay. Except I don't need to do cons. Oh yeah, and F isn't actually a thing. F. It's not actually a thing. Darn it. It's just nil. Yeah. So we don't need this. We don't need this. Let is malformed. Okay. Probably. Yeah, that'll do it. Really? Another one? Another one. How dare you? Unmatched close parentheses. Okay, where do we have our unmatched? It's right there. Okay. I think that was it. Okay, so we still have G's defined as this. Let's try a map car play possible for G's this time, and we should get a nil TT. All right, and then if we say chem possible TH, which should be our third, we should get a nil. And if we say map car, am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Map car. What am I doing? I'm getting there. I just want to see a little chem possible for all of our L's. And I believe this is correct. Let's just look at our L's and our contents. And that's because, yeah, game 4 has 15 blue. Everything else looks right. I think we're good. We just need to actually sum the IDs now. There are some really cute ones. So I bet we should just look at them and see what they will want. I might have to get the Christmas mallard for myself. It's very cute. Okay. What did I say we have to do? Sum the IDs? Right. Now, we don't have a sum like, I was thinking of Haskell. I was like, oh, if we could just sum a list, that would make it nice. Yeah, I'll probably get the Christmas mallard for me's. I have a few squishmallows, but it's Christmas. It's a mallard. It's adorable. I've wanted actually a mallard squishmallow for a while, but this is why I waited, because now I'm gonna get a Christmas one, and it's gonna be adorable. Okay. Lists dumb. Erlang has your back. Yeah, with their dumb methods on lists. Am I right? Am I right? Okay, sorry. They have a Squishmallow Christmas ornament too. Ooh, I might need that. Is that a Target, J. Cole? So we just need to switch this around a little bit. Let's do a little J and go here and almost. There it is. Fancy feast ornaments. It's hilarious. Do you have a lot of cats, Nightshade? Or is Fancy Feast something besides cat food that I just don't know about? Okay. Possibly 3, it's unconfirmed. Yeah, fair. Beautiful, beautiful. Now all we have to do is a little reduce. Okay. So if we have our map cars here and we want to reduce them as a sum, I think we have to pass it like this, if I remember right. But I could be just thinking of Haskell. Yeah, that was not correct. Let's just go back to reduce real quick. Reduce. Oh, it's just a hash quote. It's def okay. Trying to send you a link, but our internet isn't cooperating. Lame. I was about to save my thing here. Okay, why don't you like this? Reduce function. Functions describe the world. Oh, it's because it has nils in it. Duh. Nils aren't numbers. So let's just make it easy, and we'll just, even though we're in dynamic land, we will pretend we're not for a second, and we'll just return a 0 if every is wrong. How about that idea? How about that for a nice design? Yeah. 8. And let's see what we should have gotten according to this. 8. How about it, guys? Day 2, part 1. Who knew it would take me so long? Mostly played around. Oh, nice. I'm gonna copy this one. Beautiful, beautiful. Let me copy this. Oh my gosh. They're so cute. I'm just making sure there's no 4-inch plush ornaments. Okay. They're so cute. It just says my first name, which if you've been here any amount of time, you already know anyway. I mean, it says my zip code. I don't care about that. Yeah, those are adorable. I'll have to think about it. I'm going to add them to the cart at least for now. Come on, Target J. First name, Meta. I was expecting this to like, see, look at some of these. These are so cute. Okay, I gotta stop. Mikael. Squishmallows are just, they're too much. Like my goat here. I mean, are you kidding me? And he's got the little furry beard and the horns. It's adorable. They're so soft. Foxy's like, "Are you playing with me again? What are you doing? Why are you bringing this Squishmallow up to the computer?" Yeah, life's confusing, buddy. Life is confusing. Okay. Okay, now that we actually did this, I think we can delete that comment. Now we shouldn't have any problem changing this, but let's just keep it like it is until we've passed, and then we can clean up the code a little bit. I don't remember if I actually copied our real puzzle input. I usually wait. ls inputs. Oh no, wait, day 1 part 2 sample day 2. Okay, that's fine. Get your puzzle input. Copy that over, pv paste, inputs, day 2. Day 2, P1. Okay. That looks good. And then we just need to change our contents because the contents for this is a little different, right? Oh no, it's the same. It's the same contents. I was thinking they did it differently because they restated it, but it turns out that they just literally restated it. Okay, cool. We don't have to change anything. All right. So we should be able to just do main. I believe it's this. Well, actually, I can remember. Let's just print out what sample is. Yeah. Okay. Inputs day 2 P1. No, that's not what I wanted. I forgot to actually do this part. I wrote it in the REPL and I was like, ah, we did it. We did it because I did it in the REPL. Okay, there it is. Reduce plus map car Kim possible else. The variable lines is defined but never used. Oh. Nope. $24.06, moment of truth. Oh my God. 1 gold star, everybody. I am just moving through these like it's just the easiest thing, like a hot knife through butter, right? Okay. Oh God. Is part 2 annoying? Let's read part 2, decide if I want to do it or not, and see what's up. Let's commit that we finish part 1. Get status, get CM, Common Lisp, AoC day 2 part 1. Day 2 ain't hard, yeah. I mean, it wasn't a hard problem. It's mostly just me fumbling around Common Lisp, right? The elf says they've stopped producing snow because they aren't getting any water. He isn't sure why the water stopped. However, he can show you how to get to the water source to check it out for yourself. It's just up ahead. As you continue your walk, the elf poses a second question. In each game you played, what is the fewest number of cubes of each color that could have been in the bag to make the game possible? Again, consider the example games from earlier. I know, right? Effing lazy elves. In game 1, the game could have been played with as few as 4 red, 2 green, and 6 blue cubes. Okay, I get it. The power of a set of cubes is equal to the numbers of red, green, and blue cubes multiplied together. The power of the minimum set of cubes in game 1 is 48 because it's 4 times 2 times 6. Okay. In games 2 to 5, it was 12, 15, 60, 6, 30, and 36 respectively. Adding up these 5 powers produces the sum 2286. Okay, I don't think this is that hard. We should be able to do this. The wording of this one was the hardest part of me for you. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That would be hard. That it is not the easiest wording out there, for sure. Words not easy wording in the words for AoC. Yeah. Right. But they just want all games, right? So we're just going to calculate this for every game and go from there. So we can reuse some of this code. Oh yeah, let's start by come on. Let's get rid of this if equal nil malarkey, because I don't think that's necessary. Let's just make sure we get the exact same response, and we do. So that's good. This is actually very similar to how I code Clojure, by the way, for anybody that cares. It would be shorter because we have nicer things like destructuring and stuff in Clojure, which, you know, like does not exist in Common Lisp. But like a lot of my functions are like 2 to 3 lines. I don't know. It just works. Really, really small functions. They do one thing. I compose them together. Even for big features, I tend to write code very similar to this. Maybe that's hard to follow for some people. I don't know. So far it's been good. Then I review someone's PR, see a 70-line function. It's so true. So true. Okay. If like there's like this thing that might happen at work that will there'll be some changes where I might need to actually write a fair amount of Clojure coming up. I feel like there's a 50-50 chance based on where my company's at, because we're not in like this cutthroat market where we're super concerned about our IP. Like it would be really hard. Like, anyway, the point is, I feel like there's a 50-50 chance that I could possibly stream some of my work, which could be fun. But that won't be till next year. I don't know. There's a 50-50 chance. I haven't actually asked. It's just a thought I've had. Yeah, they wouldn't open source it. Because it'd be basically, it's the difference. Like this, you know, it depends on what industry you're in, right? And like there's regulations and stuff. I'm not in a highly regulated industry per se. But it's like our system has, I don't know how many lines of code. I've probably done this on stream before. Let me think. Do I want to do this on stream right now? No, probably not. But we have a lot of code. I'll just say that. Showing like I don't know, a few dozen source files on stream in a few months, like, is that going to materially affect our competitive standing? I highly doubt it. That would be highly doubtful. Depends on your industry, but it would be highly doubtful. Yeah, that's definitely a problem, Nightshade. I would have to figure out some things around that, because there is some like there's parts of our code base that we're not like 100% perfect on in terms of not having any sort of PPI or any of that kind of stuff either. But yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I'd never be able to stream anything that I do in the DB for sure. Like I would just never sign into the DB on stream. I mean, there's definitely like a way I'd have to go about it. But in general, if I was doing like majorly just application development and closure, it would be pretty safe to stream. I just have to get like actual approval. Again, I don't know for sure that they're going to let me do it, but I could see it being possible, even if it was just to make me happy. Okay, so let's figure out these minimum cubes. So, we could move some of these out into their own functions, right? It's probably what I would do for real code, so we might as well. Like I'd probably do something like this: game to colors, game, and this would just be map car lambda c stir splend c. Dude, that's so scary, Nightshade. And you can get the whole like hyperheated water stuff going on. You can get really fucked up microwaving water. Microwaves scare me in general. Okay. So we made that little change. Let's just make sure our result is the same. Okay. What did he do wrong? Who put coffee in the microwave to reheat it? I used to do that, but that was mostly when I drink black coffee, which is scary. But it's a lot scarier if you have like cream and stuff in it, in my opinion. Okay, what did I do differently? Every color possible. Game to colors CS. Oh, there's no CS. It's just game. Duh. At 290690. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome. Hope you're enjoying our parens. But yeah, it tastes way worse after you microwave it. That's so true. There we go. Might help if I put the right actual thing there. Okay, so we have a bunch of one-line functions. Color possible is still fine. Read from string for C. Sure. Play possible, Kim possible. Okay. So this is the only thing that I may want something different, which is it's going to be defun line to... We'll just break some people's brains by doing things you can only do in Lisp. Yeah, so this is going to be stir split colon space stir substring like, was there exactly a reason to do that? I don't know. I mean, pretty much you're gonna have to have the same like let's star ID results thing, but that's fine. Okay, so what is splitting a results from a line? I think what we decided is that's considered a game. No, a play. Defun play possible. No, that doesn't make sense. Why did I call that play possible? It should have just been game possible. Right? Oh no, because the whole line is a single game. Right, this was game possible. Your little Kim possible function's now screwing up my head. Lift still breaks your brain, Colcase. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, we named it to Kim possible, and now it just screwed up my head. It's great. How is your ADHD diagnosed? Got mine 4 months ago at 31. Explained a lot. Also, what editor are you using? I'm kind of fixated on my NeoVim setup after started watching the Primogen. The name is the Metagen. This, my friend, is Emacs. Evil Emacs, as I like to call it. Just Emacs with evil mode, Vim motions in Emacs. Yeah, so let me think. How much do I want to talk about? I am late diagnosed. I'll just put it that way. ADHD and high markers for autism. And yeah, it explained basically my entire childhood and adulthood. So it's been kind of an important part of the last couple years of me being in a lot more self-acceptance. So yeah, it's really, yeah, it's really helpful. It's really helpful to understand more about how I work. Yeah, totally, Kokis. I went through all these mixed emotions and, you know, I had all these mixed feelings or whatever. And it was definitely like a roller coaster for a while. And then it was just like, oh, right. Like, this just like I'm not just horribly incompetent at everything in life. It's actually just that my brain doesn't work the same way that other people do, like neurotypicals. And society is run in such a way that is geared towards those neurotypicals and expects you to be that way. And I have always kind of been against that grain, if you will. Been against the grain, which, you know, autism. And so just having that understanding and some of those diagnoses and stuff is just kind of like, huh, yeah, this really helps me just make sense of a lot more in like how I function in the world, and, you know, to move on. But yeah, 10 milligrams of Lexapro for GAD. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, for whatever reason, I don't feel like talking about medication for like myself, but yeah, right now it's all based on the moment. I'll probably just talk about it another time. But yeah, it's amazing what just like having information and some resources can do. Yeah. However you would decide to go about it, you know, I think it's really helpful. I guess I will put this like my one take is that I'm like super not into pathologizing most of these things. And I think it is sometimes a disservice when you pathologize it and leads to not being in a state of acceptance. At least that's been true for me. And I guess that's my one little like personal take on it, is that I think those who are pathologizing these different neurotypes. So a pathologizing would be like, let's see, I can probably state this in like a more positive way. I have a basic perspective, you could call it a belief, that autism and ADHD and even some of these other things are actually just valid neurotypes that are presented in a population, and it's a type of diversity within a population, and it's just as valid of a neurotype as somebody who is considered neurotypical. And to pathologize them means that, oh, well, normal is neurotypical and abnormal is ADHD, autistic, etc. people. And I think that can be problematic. That's all I mean. Yep. But you know, there's a lot of controversy around all that. But that's kind of my thing. Right. Yeah, it's polarizing, and then it becomes kind of like treated, it's kind of like the way that people would treat people who were differently abled, you know, 15-20 years ago. I mean, still happens, of course, versus like how they try to talk about it now. And even like, you know, and I know some people like might get triggered by political correctness and all that kind of stuff, but like even just the fact that we try to redefine it as differently abled versus disabled is kind of a similar perspective on pathologizing. It's just a little bit different because, you know, a pathology a lot of times will be considered like, I don't know, neurological more than physical. I could be wrong on that. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I'm glad you asked, and I appreciate all of the perspectives and chat, and I think it's awesome. that you guys got help and got what you needed and feel better, because that's really what it's all about. Is like, how can we figure out how to live and survive and hopefully enjoy our lives. That's kind of the idea. Okay, so was there something else I wanted to do? Oh, I just wanted to define this last split as something to make it a little bit more obvious. So line to ID and results is this. And then I believe this is 2 plays, right? So every play possible is actually, okay, yeah. So this is where I screwed up. I actually should have called this a play instead of a game. Oops. Okay, so we redefine that as a play, which is better. And then sometimes I just do this if I don't feel like naming what I started with. Like I could say results to play, but that doesn't, I don't know if that really makes as much sense. I guess it's a game at this point, but in a way a line is a game. I don't know. But often I'll just do this. So I'll say to play, we'll call it results here. It's fine. Stir split, semicolon space, results. Okay, so now we kind of have a little bit more like some naming and expression. Typical or not, we all have our issues, but there are balancing qualities that come from the neurotype. Yeah, for sure. And I think that's part of my point too, Zelf. I put an L in your handle, Zeph, is that I think, you know, autistic people, ADHD people, etc., all people, you know, it's kumbaya time. No, I think that there are extremely valuable traits that people of different neurotypes bring to a group or society or whatever you want to call it. And by pathologizing it, you diminish the value of diversity. How about that? All right. Still got the same result. We did a little refactor, made it a little bit more expressive, so that we can more easily reuse these functions and hopefully know what we're talking about when we do part 2, right? So let's just change this to part 1, and that shouldn't have a problem. Cool. So we'll just keep this like that. Let me think about this. We're actually going to add still. So we could have factored this out, but it's fine. Okay, so let's think about what we're doing here. Oh, we still have some time. We are going to add all of these, and in min possible, we're going to get a product of the max number of all of the things, right? So basically we need to reduce each line into a product of max color of each color, something like that. Possible. Probably don't actually need the let start because I don't really need to do it the way I did it before. So we don't have to do every, we're going to do a reduce. Let me think. Do I want to reduce here, or am I going to map and then reduce? Oh yeah, that's interesting. Just thinking through it. Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's just do it this way. It'll be a little interesting. So let's actually, we are going to keep our let star, and that's because we're going to do a max colors. Sure, that's fine. And that's going to be it's not very lispy, but it's fine. We'll do an arrow. We'll do an arrow so we can be cool. 2 max colors L. Right, second L. So in this case, I don't even care about. Oh yeah, I don't actually even care about the ID. All I care about is adding up all of these. So we could have put the second on the line before, but this is fine. So we'll define 2 max colors in a minute. But I think what I want to do is pretty sure I can star multiple things, right? Yeah. Get a product. Gmail doesn't like when you delete 2,000 emails in 5 minutes. Yeah. So true. So true. Okay. So we could do this in a nicer way, right? We could map max colors and just get the red or whatever, but I'm not going to. I think it'll be kind of fun to do it this way. And you know what? Right now, we're all about fun, guys. We are all about the fun. Hard to wrap your head around it. Yeah. Yeah, I write Clojure for work and have been for the last 5 years. So Lisp doesn't really trip me up at all anymore. I don't know. I don't really even notice parens. I mostly just think about indentation. It's like you have to unlearn some things, right? But like once you get used to it, it just becomes this really simple syntax to work with. I mean, Clojure at least is just dead simple, in my opinion. Okay, so we're just going to do that. And then so this is going to be 2 max colors, and it's just going to take the results. Oh, 2 play results, right? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We're just going to do a reduce here. We're going to do a reduce. We're going to do a lambda, and it's going to be the result plus the current, which will be a color basically. So we'll define that function in a second. What's the next thing that comes? Function, sequence, and then initial value. Okay, so the sequence is going to be 2 play results, and then the initial value is going to be a named argument of, what is the initial value? What did I decide? Oh, that's an interesting idea. I wouldn't have to do it this way. I could reduce it because these are all kind of the same type. Oh, yeah. Actually, I like this better for certain reasons. We're just going to do initial value as red 0, blue 0, green 0. And then we don't have to deal with any sort of weird cases where a game doesn't use all 3 colors or something like that. A bunch of things clicked with me when I used FP hands-on. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so there's our initial value. We just have to actually define what our thing actually does, right? So let me think about what this does. So 2 play results. Oh, that doesn't quite do what I want. Let me think about this. So second L. Oh, so that's plays, right? So 2 play results. Yeah, that's plays. And so each one is going to be a play. And I want to compare each one. Yeah, that should be fine. That should be fine. So the C is not a C, it's a P. Right? We'll just call it a play so we know what's happening. R is just our result. So that makes it easy. How fast can I type? I don't know. It depends on what I'm typing. Do a Tokay over this file divided by the number of days since we started. No, let's not do that. Yeah, I don't know. Poggy Woogie. I would say I can type upwards of like 120 if I'm just typing text. Very comfortably without thinking about it. I will typically be more like in the 90 to 100 range if I'm just like typing something normal. But yeah, it just depends. It just depends. On Type Royale, I type. You want me to monkey type? I'm all over the place on monkey type. On Type Royale, I type like 20 words per minute because I get so nervous. Okay. What do we want to do? Just like straight. Let's do punctuation first. Yeah, you know, with punctuation, 93. Sounds about right. My heart rate's going up, so I don't know if I'm going to type as well, but we'll see what happens. I get nervous. Uh, damn it. Nope. Oh, it's so bad. I got too nervous. Oh well. 95. Not so good. Should I just advertise what my best on monkey type is somewhere? Let's see what my best is on monkey type. Okay, so my best on monkey type is 112. Yeah, it's about right. If I'm typing something from my brain, I can probably go a little bit faster, but you know, versus having to read and parse everything. Teach has this take that I actually like really agree with, which is like the most important thing is like easefulness of typing. And like I literally don't think about it when I'm typing for the most part. Like there's a few things like I'm like, oh crap, where is that? But for the most part, I don't think about it at all. And if I don't think about it at all and I'm just comfortably typing, even of like practicing monkey type or whatever, it's usually 90 to 100. It's not insanely fast, but it's not, you know, it's manageable for me. Hey Privan, what's up? Checking in. Yeah, no worries. Hope your Saturday evening in the frozen lands is going well. All right. What were we doing? Right. So we just have to define max colors. Right. We should just have to write a reduce function. I mean, we're close-ish. I was just trying to think through. Right. So we have each play. So this is going to have like multiple colors in it, which is like a little bit annoying. Maybe we want to define like a little function that takes a play and we probably already did it, didn't we? I said game to colors, and this is actually play to colors. Unbelievable. Okay. So that's play to colors. So yeah, let's just try this out. Let's do a little let star. And this is going to be, you solve this problem with imaginary bag dragging theorem, which I recently read on Wiki. Oh, that's cool. Why are you parsing Ruby and OCaml? Who said that? Who's doing this? You're supposed to parse Ruby and OCaml. Oh, craziness. Yeah. I already forgot what I was doing. Oh, right. We have a play and we just want colors, right? So play to colors. Oh yeah, right. I did this wrong already. So let's just say colors. Play to colors play. Makes that easy. I haven't heard about it. I want to look it up after I'm done with this. I think I'm almost done. Oh, that's right. You're kind of doing like some like rusting, no, ocameling of homebrew, right? Then I can look at your day 2 Erlang edition. Yeah, I might have time. Might have time. Oh, the CLI is in Rust. So you're using OCaml to read Ruby via a Rust CLI, Prevan. Amazing. Oh, okay. Got it. Imagine Dragon. You should. So that was just like a whole setup this whole time. Amazing. Nice. It's like you're trying to set me up and I'm not even playing along. Rough. Kind of nice DOE to read OCaml in Rust. What do you mean, Preven? It's pretty awesome of me. Okay. Let's start colors, play to colors, play. Okay, so now we have colors, but colors is just this. We should have an example. Colors is just this right now. It's a list of those, right? And so we have to take each one and put it into our property list here and compare it against it, basically. So I think what would be nicer probably is if play to colors, if I just did a play to colors like PL or something like this. And this is just going to take and we are just going to oh yeah, I could see this. I actually like this a lot. Okay, we're getting there. I could have just written this as a reduce. It's probably easier. It's basically the reduce function I had earlier. Lambda PLC. And here we say this is going to be what we pass into our reduce. Sure. And initial value is just going to be, nope, not there. Initial value is an empty list. Now this is when I actually have to care about the whole nil thing, which is annoying. So we're going to say if eq nil c, and we just return a property list. Otherwise, we add the color to our property list. And that's just going to be cons keyit second C. Cons first C. Except I also want to turn this into a number right now. Read from string first C. Yeah. That's correct. And then this is just going onto our property list. We have our cons, we have that, we finish our lambda. No, don't you effing dare mess with my parentheses right now. Okay, don't worry, we did it. Okay, and then we're just gonna make this like this. Okay. Oh wait, this doesn't make sense. Just kidding. Just kidding, 1 second. It'll actually be nicer anyway. It's not a soc though. It's not a soc. I mean, I could do an associative list. Maybe I should just use A lists. Shit. I liked this idea, but then it's like, what if it's nil? I like the idea of starting with an initial value, just so everything has a value. I don't really have to think about it further down the line. Should I just make it associative? Maybe I should just make it all associative. Because to set something in a property list, it's still basically that linked list thing. But if I use an A list, then I don't have to worry about it. So let me see. Red dot 1, green dot 2, blue dot 5. Hates me. I need a literal. I need a quote. Nope. More than one object follows dot in a list. Oh, so do I have to use cons on top of that? Maybe look at it. Let me look up A list real quick. A list. Quick message check here. Okay, we're good. I feel like this is another setup, Previn. Yeah, beautiful. I guess not. I mean, I would think it would it probably would have complained. I don't think I ever loaded it. I think that was my problem. I mean, not my problem. I didn't mean to load it yet, but yeah. A list, an association list. Association list, a list of cons representing an association of keys with values where the car of each cons is the key and the cdr is the value associated with that key. So does an A list actually, it actually looks like this. I'm remembering now. An A list is actually like this, isn't it? I haven't, Previn. There it is. That's an A list. And then if I say get AL red, no. How do you get from an A list. I thought that's how you do it. Get accessor. Get person. Oh, that's right. You have to. This is why I didn't want to use A list. I fucking hate this syntax. If I remember right. If I remember how right on how it works. I super don't like the syntax. I use A list here. We use an A list in our name cutter assoc name JSON. Okay. How do you get a value from an A list? I don't remember. Let's ask Jippity. Cutter assoc key A list. Really? Right. Right. Hate this syntax so much. Okay. But I think it might make some of the other stuff easier. Cutter assoc red AO. There it is. Okay. And then I don't remember how to actually add a value. How do you assoc a value to, how do you assoc a value? Assoc key value, acons key value A list, associate key with value in A list. Okay, so then if I wanted to, I would say acons red 5 AL, and that should return, yeah, okay, it's an immutable operation, but it doesn't actually, oh, it doesn't overwrite, it just conses it. So then I have two keys, and if I say cutter assoc red L, this is annoying. So how the F is that supposed to work? Associate a new key value. Oh no. Emil, what are you doing? Can and dice data structure. It's similar to a hash map and set. Okay, I could look at that. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like it. Very good. Why do I have my YouTube thing up? Okay, whatever. Dylan, if you're listening, you should stream soon because I need to go at like 3:30. I think I can finish this if I just think about it. Okay. How can I overwrite a value in my A list? Acons key, new value, remove key, A list key, car, test equal. Okay. Just not how you're supposed to use this, basically. Okay. I think actually what's going to be simpler then is just doing a nil check, basically. Because if I do a getf on my property list, right? Like if I just have a property list of red 1 and I say getf blue, should just be nil. Yeah. So we're just going to make this simpler. And we are, oh wait, but I'm reducing into this structure. Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, right, exactly. Can and dice data structure, this sounds like another setup. I just think everything I'm saying now is a setup because I'm just not, I don't even know map can. Oh no, this is map car. Oh, there's map clan. By the use of inconc instead of list. Okay, what is inconc? Interesting. Returns a list that is the concatenation of lists. Okay. Oh, I see. It's basically, it sounds like a flat map actually. It's kind of what map can sounds like. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Hey Speen, what's up? Let's see. I mean, we could look at tables or we could just deal with the nastiness. I guess we're just going to deal with the nasties. Damn it, I'm not going to finish this today, am I? Ah. Bummer. That's too bad. If I just had a hash map, I'd be so happy. If I just had a simple effing hash map. I could use a struct. That's probably what people would do in this situation. But like, do I want to? Not really. What's the closest type to a hash map in SBCL? Yeah, that's how it goes, Speen, for sure. Yeah, I just hate, I figured it was a hash table, but I just hate all this. I hate it all. I hate the setup. I just hate everything about it. Why do I hate it so much? Why don't I just like be okay with this? I don't know. I don't know why I can't just be okay. Don't know why I can't just be okay, right? Am I right? Okay. Okay. Let me just think about this. This is my web app. No wonder I'm confused. I can't find can and dice. I mean, they could be completely. But you made your Go has no set type, but you made your own with map. Yeah. Maybe it's just better to do it this way. Probably not. Oh, he's just dropping punchlines on me, huh? That's how it goes. Ungrateful youth, you know? Just classic ungrateful youth. That's Dylan for you. Those, you know, when you're 13 and you're, you know, you end up kind of being pretty successful on Twitch, it just goes straight to your head. And I think that's really the problem. Which I get. I mean, there's all those hormones he's having to deal with. You know, his voice cracks every now and then. Not easy to deal with for Dylan, you know? All right. I thought it was a good idea to do this, but that's because I was thinking of it like a hash map, and it's actually a bad idea. So we're not doing this. That was much faster. See you, Previn. You're clever. You don't fall for it quickly, or I'm bad at it. Yeah. It just depends on the day. For whatever reason, I'm fairly immune to the setups today. I don't know how. It's rare for me. So I like this. We're gonna go to 2 max colors. We can fix our products like this. We're gonna say or 1. 1, nope, not 10. 1. 1. There we go. Very good, very good. This is fine. So that handles it here. So then this doesn't really matter that much. So here we have colors. Play to colors PL. And then this is when we would actually want to do our thing. So yeah, we're just going to keep it like this. We're just going to keep it like this. This will be our property list. It should just work. It should be fine. And there's got to be some nice way that I can do this. Oh, that is actually not a bad way. We could actually make this work. We could make this work. Let's just make them we'll just do it this way to start with. We're going to say red, and we're going to say if and oh, I hate this. I hate this already. We need a new function for it. Define compare color. And it's going to take two property lists basically. L1, L2. I guess we'll say PL1, PL2. So we know what's happening. Oh yeah, and we need a color. And we need a C. Okay. We're going to see oh yeah, in this case I could actually do that. Then that wouldn't be so bad, but it's fine. We're just going to deal with the nulls right here. Streams on streams on streams. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Nightshade definitely sets me up. Hash maps aren't always annoying in Lisp, but like Common Lisp just has a hash table, and I'll just look at the effing syntax. It just annoys me. Why does it annoy me so much? I don't know. But basically, you have to like adding key value pairs, sure, retrieving values, get hash b. Okay, it's not as bad as I was thinking originally. Set hef, get hash b, my hash. Okay, it's really not that bad. Did I just do all this work when that's really not that bad? It's really not bad. But oh well, we're here. Yeah. Sorry about this, J. Cole. I'm sorry about Dylan. Okay, we are going to wrap up in just a second. We're going to raid Dylan. Let me just think about this for a second. We're just going to compare this color real quick, okay? We're going to compare this color, and we're going to say if, okay, that's how it works. We know how ifs work. Okay, if and get f PL1 C. There we go. We're getting there. Get f PL2 C. Okay. We can do this. We can do this. All right. So if both of those, oh wait, that doesn't make sense. No, we can make this easier. Compare color. All we have to do is return the max of the two effing colors. Okay, that's all we got to do. Just return the max of the two effing colors. It's not that hard. Is there not a max function? Can we just have a max of two colors? Is that so effing hard to do? Where the hell is NovaSpec? Why is there not a max function? There is a max function. What does it take? It takes real numbers. Okay, why didn't it come up when I did this then? It did. It did. I just didn't notice. 310. Gonna guess I can't put a nil in there though, right? Okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. Because then all I have to do is go like this. We're gonna say max. We're gonna put a little or in here. And we're gonna say, because getF doesn't let you provide a default, right? Oh, you do have a default. Effing awesome. Okay, so we can just do this. We don't need ORs. We have defaults. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're excited. We're excited about this. Life is exciting. Common Lisp isn't terrible. We're just gonna do a little max of getF PL1C and getF PLC20. And we're just going to construct an effing new list every time because that's how we do. That is how we do. Okay. And this is just going to be max color C, no, red R. Wait. Play 2 colors PL. Oh shit, I did something wrong here. I have a play. No, that's right. Reduce play. Let colors play 2 colors PL. Oh yeah, it's just colors. I'm being crazy. I'm being absolutely crazy. Okay. Red is this. We can make this better later. Color blue are colors. Green are colors. And then we just make a new list every time because that's what we're going to do. And it's awesome and you guys love it and you don't think it's bad. Oh yeah, it can't be this. We have to do a little bit of list action. We're going to say red, red, blue, blue, green, green. It's called immutable data, guys. Okay. And it's amazing. Okay. This probably doesn't work, but it's an idea. Yep. Yep. And actually, I don't, if I do it this way, I actually don't even need an initial value. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Amazing. Instead, we can actually just say, okay, we'll stick with the initial value. I could fix it to not need one, but it's not important right now. But we could just compare the first 2 results of the list and not worry about it. Okay, so this is max colors. And I don't know, it'd be fun if this just worked. It's probably not going to, right? But it'd be fun if it did. Okay, so the part 2 example, is it the same as the part 1 example? They just used the same data, right? I think they did. Yes, they did. Okay. So let's just pretend that my code is perfect. Don't pretend you didn't see that. I'm sure it's here. Exactly. The function reduce is called with 1 argument, but wants at least 2. That's why I had unmatched parentheses. Effing reduce. Yeah, that looks right. Undefined function max colors. That's probably what? Oh, 2 max colors. Okay, where did I use 2 max colors? Max colors. This looks fine. Why are you messing with me, dude? Why are you doing this to me? This is defined, okay? Yeah. It's okay. It's there. Let me just try loading it again. Defun play 2 colors PL. Read from string, sure. Illegal function call. Okay. Where do I make this illegal function call? Play to colors PL. Okay. Reduce lambda if eq nil c. We just return the PL. Otherwise, we do all this ridiculous stuff. Oh, I fucked up here. Did I forget this cons? Let's see. Play to colors PL. Yeah, I forgot this cons. Why is it still there though? Cons. Okay. Weird. Did it just add a parentheses for me without me like having to think about it? Can't tell. Let's evaluate something so we can more easily see when we actually have a problem. Okay, here we go. Undefined function max color. Okay, that might be true actually. Yeah, okay. It is true. Boom. Part 2 sample. I just want to point out that that is the correct answer to part 2. And we didn't even really like walk through this or anything. We just effing did it. Shut up, Amit. Fuck. Oh, it's just because that doesn't exist. I just didn't. It's the wrong file. ls inputs. I don't remember what I called it. Day 2 P1. Let's see. Moment of truth. 78, 3, 7, 5. Give it to me. Yes. Day 2. Not a hard problem. But still, we'll just pretend it is. We did it. First try. Part 2 really was basically a first try. It really didn't take me all that long. Total first try. Okay, so let's get rid of this REPL real quick. And we'll walk through this and then we'll raid Dylan. You can tell him I'm almost done. I mean, I finished. I effing finished. You can tell him I'm about to raid him if you want. He probably doesn't care. Okay, so part 1, pretty simple. We should be able to go to definition here. We get our lines right. We reduce it using Kim possible. Let's see if this works. Hey, look at that. Go to definition works. Kim possible just takes the line, splits it into different plays, right? And then we just check if every play is possible. We just use the contents as a global variable. It's just simple. And we just check using our every function, is every color possible within every single play? And that's just a simple like greater than or equal to, right? Not too anything too crazy there. For part 2, Kim, impossible to read code from your monocle left. Yeah. I'm gonna assume it's Common Lisp, but it's not like I necessarily wrote the cleanest code in the world. I will say it's a little bit harder to parse than Clojure. in my opinion. Obviously, I'm very used to closure, but there is less parens in closure. And it does kind of break up the monotony a little bit. Yes, so many parens. It's a meme. Kind of true in this case. But yeah. Okay, so for part 2, we simply get the product of each color, the max color of each color. Whoops, didn't mean to go there. There we go. And that's mostly done here. Obviously, we get to use our product function, right? Our multiplication function on 3 elements, special Lisp magic there. And then we have our max colors, which is what we just finished writing. We're using property lists. It wasn't so bad. The main thing that I had to do with the property lists to make it like not terrible is to break it down in basically in my reduce function, where if I had a hash map, of course, I would just like set the key to a different value every time and return it. I'm kind of like manually reconstructing the property list every time. Is it the worst thing ever? No, not really. I mean, is there something nicer I could do? Of course there is. There's definitely something nicer I could have done, right? But you know, it's okay. So yeah, simple problem, great use of Common Lisp, and I think it worked out. Vivax, you know, since you just joined exactly what time it is, right? You know exactly what time it is. It's time for me to be done. Nothing personal. It's just how you can now think about code in assembly, right? So anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. We didn't really get to talk about like, I don't know how you do it. You do it like every time. It's pretty impressive. We didn't really talk about what we're doing next. I didn't have as much fun. Today was a lot of fun. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do day 3. I haven't decided yet. It was a lot of fun today, but the other days I was kind of like dragging, and I don't know. I also just had a harder week mental health wise. And then I kind of like recovered yesterday and kind of took care of myself and felt a lot better since yesterday. So we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll continue with AoC. Maybe we'll work on our Rust CLI, our little polyglot tool. We'll see what happens. If it doesn't spark joy, that's right. And that's what it is. Like if I'm not having fun, then what's the point, right? I'm not here to, you know, it's like like work already can be a drag, right? Like why would I make what I do outside of work a drag just because? Like I don't know, just because that's what everybody else is doing? Who knows? But anyway, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being here. If you're hanging out and you're not on the Discord and you want to be, you want to hang out, whatever. I haven't been on there as much as I used to be, but oh no, I hit a layer on my keyboard. I always forget where this one is. Nope, it's not that one. It's not that one. Shit. There it is. Found it. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many things. If you want to hang out on Discord, there it is. I've been a little bit busy lately, so I haven't hung out as much. If you want to follow me on Twitter, there's that. And if you want to catch VODs that are like in general out of date, but you can get up to date VODs on Twitch, but you could go on YouTube. Funny fact, if you don't follow me on Twitter, the Idris video is my number 3 video now, right after the C++ videos. Hilarious. I don't know how that happened. Got a bunch of views in the first few days. Anyway, let's commit this and then we'll raid Dylan. Yeah, I have no idea, man. No idea. Get CM, Common Lisp, AoC, day 2, part 2. Cool. Lots of mathematicians just loving the fact It'd be so funny if I didn't raid Dylan. Like if I just said, yeah, go ahead and stream Dylan, and then I didn't raid him. Wouldn't that be hilarious? Ah, that would be really funny. Ah, that would be so good. Yeah, all right, yeah, go ahead and stream, and I'll raid you. And then you just don't raid him. I would do that. I would do that, but you know, that's kind of lame. But yeah, just total prank. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I guess I better join Dylan's stream. I just realized I'm not even in his stream right now. Before I hit raid now, so I can hear his snarky comments right away. All right. See you guys. I should be back tomorrow, by the way. Should be. That's the plan. See ya.